Okay, so we're live and we're at a different time than usual. I'm doing my live stream tonight at 6 o'clock because I'm actually going to a friend's birthday tonight. So sorry, you guys, when I switch around the time a little bit. And actually, next week it's going to be different because I'm going to New York City. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Heather Boyd Wire, and I do DIY wire art and jewelry projects. And every week I do a live stream troubleshooting some different kinds of ideas for wire art and jewelry. And this week the theme is cats and dogs. So, what I'm going to do is I actually have some pictures up on my screen. I just have to find them. Oh, here it is. So I have a picture up on my screen that Clarice sent me, and let me flip my screen just for a second to show you. I will flip it around, and there we go. So here's one image that she sent to me, which is like a little silhouette of a cat, and the cat is sort of, I guess, pouncing or something. But I thought it was really cute with with the uh, with the wire. So actually, I didn't even do a little sketch. So I'm just going to do a little quick sketch of it, so I remember what it looks like. And it's nice to be inspired by other people. So if the sketch gets a little bit distorted, it's actually better because I don't really like to 100% copy things. So it's nice to be inspired. So I'm going to minimize that. And then let me flip the screen again. There we go. Let's me flip it. There we go. So I flip the screen again. So yeah, I'm gonna just open up my computer now so I can see if you guys do some comments and stuff. So we're gonna go to the videos. And like I said, I usually do my videos at 9 p.m. Eastern time. This week it's a little bit different because I'm going out tonight. So just let me turn down the sound. Okay, so got no sound. We got the chat going. And also we have something new called Super Chat, which is, I don't even know if it works, but apparently Super Chat is where you can click at the bottom and actually give little donations if you like what I'm doing. And also I have Patreon. So if anybody wants to support me on Patreon, I have lots of perks on my Patreon feed as well. So I'll put a link below to that. And of course, we have our new Facebook group, which is the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club. We have over 60 members now. It's such a great group. Everybody shares photos of their work, and it's really so much fun. I'm really enjoying it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to just troubleshoot some designs for cats and dogs. I have a few little sketches. So I'm going to flip my screen now and show you my sketchbook and some of the materials that I have. And then you guys can help me out if you have some suggestions. So let me just flip around the screen. We'll bring you up over as usual. I'll just get it in the right position. That should be good. And I'm going to move the cord a little bit so everything's out of the way. There we go, and move the computer a wee bit. So I think we're good. So let me bring this up a little bit. So this is the image that Clarice sent me for a little silhouette of a kind of a choker thing. And I also had some ideas that I want to do some little sausage dogs. So that's going to be an extremely interesting experiment. And what I'm going to start with is I'll just start with something that I've already done before, which are cat earrings. So for that, I actually have these little cat face beads. I have two kinds of beads. I have this kind, and this one has a hole across the side, and this one has a hole from top to bottom. So I don't really have a link right now of where I bought them because I would have bought them probably quite a few years ago at a bead wholesaler. So what I'm going to do is after the live stream, I'll actually look on Etsy.com and on Amazon to see if I could find some beads like this. So if you guys want references on where to buy the beads, I could definitely do that. And so what I did for the little sample that I had on my thumbnail earlier, I just used a little bead like this for the body. So let's start by doing something like super simple for an earring. So let's start with that. I'll just move these aside. And I'm going to get my 9 millimeter wire, which is the closest thing in gauge would be a 20 gauge wire. This is an aluminum wire, but you can also use the artistic copper wire, which I use for a lot of my projects. I really like the way it works, and I also it comes in different colors, which is fantastic. So what I'm going to do to start is I will just do a little kind of twirly-whirly for the tail. We're going to start with the bottom. So what I'm going to do is actually take the wire and do a little twist around to make kind of a spiral thing. Okay, we'll just twist it around a few times like that. And then just trim the end like that. And then I have these round pliers. So I'm going to actually twist the wire around, twist it in, hold it and twist it in like that. And then in a little more. And we're going to make a spiral like that. And then from there, I will get my other pliers. I have some other round pliers that are a little bit thinner, and I'll just bend it up on a right angle. And the reason I'm doing that is so the bead will actually sit in place. And so now I'll put the bead on there. So that becomes the body with a little twirly tail. And then we can put on the head bead. And if you had another bead you wanted to put in place at the neck, you could, but this doesn't really need it because it has a little bit of a rim there. So we'll just take that, and then once you're done that, you want to bend this perpendicular, I guess, or yeah, it's sort of perpendicular there. And we bend this around and then twist this. And if you twist it around enough, it's going to, because this head twists back and forth. So if you twist that around enough, it's going to hold it in place. So that's good. So we've got that, and then we'll flip it around. And there we have a very simple kitty cat earring. And then for the earring hooks, I just buy them already made. They're just little regular, we used to call them shepherd's hooks. I'm not quite sure what they call them now. And there we go for the little kitty. And then if you're using this kind of cat head, like that, actually I'm going to put these at the side so we can look at them after. So this kind of cat actually has a hole at the side. So I didn't even think about what I was going to do with this one. I've done similar designs like the first one before, which can work. You can do actually a ring if you wanted to. Actually, a ring would be super cute. Why don't we do a ring? That would be super simple. Okay, so if you're going to do a ring, you can just take your wire and twist it around a couple of times. You could probably use 18 or the 20 gauge for that. I'm going to just do it a couple of times. And then what I'm going to do, we'll keep this one very simple. It's not going to be an adjustable ring. It's just going to be super simple. So if we go like that, okay, and then fit it to your finger and adjust it where you would like that to be. And then let's just gauge how wide it has to be here. Okay, and then we'll just bend this one around the other side like that. Okay. And we've got like that. And then this one, I think I'll just clip this one off. Actually, you know what we could do? Yeah, I'm going to clip it. Indecisive. Reason I'm indecisive is because on these live streams, I always troubleshoot these designs. These aren't designs that I've necessarily made before. And that's the fun of doing these live streams is sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So, but this should be working pretty well. It's pretty straightforward. So now, because the hole is going sideways through the head, we can just slide that right on there like that. And then just wind the wire back. If you want to squish this in a bit so it's a little bit hidden. And then we're just going to wind this wire back through here a couple of times like that. And actually that's perfect. I wouldn't do any more to that. I was thinking to twist the wire around, but I really don't think it needs it because it's It's kind of classic and simple. So let's just keep it like that. We're going to pinch that in. Cool. Kids filming. Awesome. And Ribbit Hop X. Awesome. Thanks for hopping on, guys. I know it's supper time at our place. I don't know what part of the Oh, and Crumb Tats too. Awesome. Thanks for hopping on, guys. I don't tell me what part of the world you guys are in. We're in Montreal. It's 6 o'clock. I usually do these live streams at 9, but I'm going out to a friend's birthday today. So here's the cat ring. And if you missed it on the replay, you can watch. We did the cat earring. So now I am going to, because I keep jumping from my one idea to do another, I want to try in northeast Indiana. Cool. Are you the same time zone? It's 6 o'clock here. Excuse my lack of knowledge of, and Kansas City. Awesome. You guys are in the States. That's wicked. I don't know what time zone's on. I'd have to look at a map because I don't have a map handy, but my US geography is a little limited, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. I think Kansas is in the middle, isn't it? It's an hour earlier where I am. Okay, yeah, cool. So earlier, yeah, so you're more west than us. That makes sense. Cool. That's awesome. Is it hot there? It's a pretty warm day today. So here's Kitty. Let's see what else we could do with this kitty. I was thinking maybe we could give it a whole body. So let's try something like that. Will it work? Will it not work? This is the question. We never know. So let's just kind of put that wire up a bit. I'm going to bend this down and we can give him some little legs. This wire is actually a little harder to work with because it's aluminum, so it's a little bit stiff. Sometimes I like to work with other wires. So let's just try this one to see. So if we did the leg here, so we're going to just do some legs for this kitty and hope he's going to work out. It's 6 there. Okay, cool. Same time zone. I live in the belly button. Aw, how cute is that? I've never heard that expression. I like it. I don't know what you'd call Montreal. We're an island, so I don't know what we could call that. It's a really awesome place. Have you guys ever been to Montreal? Let me know in the comments below. Montreal's, according to me, the best city, but I'm a little prejudiced. I've been living here for 30 years, so I just love it here. So much to do, especially in the summer. If ever you come to Montreal in the summer, there's festival after festival. It's really fun. So yeah, we're just going to do a little silhouette of a kitty and hope he's not going to look too weird. 2680 Fahrenheit. Okay, that's warm. Yeah, that's really warm. I didn't check the temperature. We actually used to have a thermometer in our car when we had a Toyota Matrix, and now we have a Toyota Yaris, and it's a used car. It's a little older, and there's no thermometer, and that's the one thing I miss about the car. It kind of sucks. I really liked having that, but we do have air conditioning, so maybe I shouldn't complain. And we're going on a road trip to New York City, so I think the air conditioning is going to come in handy. So now I'm going to do like a little, I'm trying to think of where I want to hang it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it like I usually do, although if I hang it by the tail, it's going to like be lopsided because this is heavy. I've only been to Calgary. Oh, Calgary in Alberta. Yeah, I went years ago when I was a kid. What in the world attracted you to Calgary? That's interesting. I didn't know there was so much to do there, but I have a friend in Calgary. I've never been to Canada. Yeah, Canada's awesome. I have a friend in Calgary. His name, actually, you guys might come across him on the internet. His name is SJ Custom Art, and he, is that what he goes by? I'm trying to, yeah, I think that's what he goes by. And he does a lot of live streams drawing on Periscope and other platforms like that. This is coming along, guys. Not too bad, except his head goes around. My son and his family live there. Oh, how cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, Calgary is certainly a thriving city. I haven't been since I was a kid, but my nephew lives there right now. He's a pilot. So here we go. So that's this is kind of funny. I don't know if I like this cat or not. He's all right. So let's just try to finish him at least. I like to finish what I start. So let's just bend this one around. My son, okay, yeah, trying to follow the comments at the same time. I think I'm doing pretty good tonight. Sometimes I get a little confused and forget to look at them. So here we have the kitty so far, and we always need to, of course, to do like a little loop to hang it. So we're gonna hang it, do a little loop there, and you can hang it on a, but the key is gonna be to see if it actually sits straight, because sometimes when you use a bead in your designs, it makes things a little off balance. So let me hold it up. It's gonna be hard for you guys to see because I have to kind of hold it this way. Oh, it actually sits really well. It's hard for you guys to tell, but it sits really well. So here's the it flips around, but when if you were wearing it as a necklace, it would sit down. So here's kitty number 3. He's kind of cute. And then let's try this one that I did this little sketch for. This was for Clariss. Clariss is in my Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club on Facebook. Everybody's welcome to join. So if you guys aren't over, the tail is cute, eh? Yeah, if you guys aren't already members of the of my Facebook group, that would be awesome if you can join, because we share oh, Rebecca's here. Hey Rebecca, how are you? So let me do a little refresh. What you missed that you could see on the replay, we made this cute little kitty cat with the full body with a cat bead. We made a kitty cat ring. So there's kitty cat ring, and we made kitty cat earring. So now we're going to try, this was Clariss's design for the cat necklace. So let's try this and see if it's going to fly. So I'm using thicker wire. I would, in fact, probably use even thicker wire for this one, because it looks like the wire actually goes around your neck. And so just, you're not going to see it, but I'm going to pull it off screen and measure it around my neck to make sure it's long enough. And then what I would do is I'm going to start it. Let me bring the sketch over so you could see. So I'm going to start it here at the tail and just bend it up. And I think we want it to be a decent size. I would probably use, if I was going to do this, if I had to go out and buy the wire, I would probably buy maybe even 14 gauge. This is 18 gauge, so it's not quite as thick as I would have liked to have it, but it's not too bad. And a good idea to do for this would actually be to probably draw a little template first that was the proper size. In fact, maybe I can do that just quickly. And I'll just get a blank page. I actually use my agenda, which is kind of silly because I end up drawing all over other parts, other things that I've written down, but that's okay. Let me just go back and see. Okay, so it was kind of like this, like the back and like that. And then I'm gonna have to go back to the sketch. Yeah, so she had like ears like that. And then, yeah, little mouth. And then just little paws. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just like, oh, can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm went a little off the paper. Oh, actually, she just has one arm and one leg, so that's good to know. Just one arm, and then back. You could do 2, but I think one is simpler. So like that type of that. And just to give you an idea, so if you did have a sketch, like if there was a template, if you want a template, I could always draw one and email it to you guys, or maybe put it in the Wire Art and Jewelry Facebook page. And so the idea is you want to just follow these lines, and I'm going to just use my flat pliers and bend it down like that. My wire is a little long, but I don't want to run out of wire, so I'm just using it right off the spool. So we're going to go like that and go like that, and then we'll bend it back down again. Okay. It's always a little tricky because I'm a little constricted with my space with the camera, but you guys get the general idea. So if we go like that, and then we just kind of freehand the shape of the face. Okay. And you can kind of follow these lines a little bit like that. And then when you need a really good bend, you can actually just get your flat pliers and bend it down like that. So it's coming along. And then hold it and follow your template if you have a template. If not, just freehand it. And if you need to have a round form, you can use your round pliers, or you can use some the end of a pen or something. Okay, so we're going to go up, and then we want a little bit of a bend at the top of the leg. So I use my fingernail, you can use the pliers and just bend it so there's a bit of a bend. And then we'll do, because the cat's back is arched a bit, so we just push it with our thumb to make a bit of a curve. And then same thing here, we'll get to the back leg. I'm using my fingernail just to bend the wire, but you could use the pliers. And then we're just going to trace our shape a little more, have it more or less the same size as the front leg, maybe a little longer. I'm not sure about cat anatomy, how bend it. Okay, I think I could remove the template now. We'll bend it up. And then let's just match it up with this and this. Okay, so we're going to go like that. It's quite abstract, but it's fun. And so what you want to do is, if you want to sort of define where the tail ends, you can come here and just take your end and wind it around a couple of, oh, not that end, sorry, this was the end. I want to go around the neck. So this, you're going to wind this around a couple of times like that, just to hold it in place. And I imagine you put beads on it too. You can make it as fancy as you like. This is, I'm just exactly following Clariss's drawing. Actually, it was a photo that she sent me. So I'm just kind of exactly following that. Now, the tricky part here, so you have this kitty, you have them all set up. So the tricky part would be to actually form this. So you want to loop it around. And like I said, if you were going to go out and buy a wire for this project, I would use a thicker gauge wire. This gauge is not super thick. This is 18 gauge. I would probably use more like a 14 gauge or something. So I'm just going to pull it off the screen just for a second to measure about the height. Yeah, that should be good. So if you measure it to your neck about the length that you want, and then you want to do some kind of hook thing. So basically what I would do is I would take my pliers, and you want it to go kind of perpendicular to how it would sit on your neck. So I've done like a little hook like that. And to finish it, because this end could be a little bit pokey, you can get your smaller flat pliers. And actually what I would do first is cut it so it's really flush, so there's no little pointy end. And get your smaller, not the flat pliers, the round pliers. And then you can pull this around. Okay, like that. Whoop, sorry guys. Like that. Okay, so it's like the loop makes it more smooth and more finished. And then when you would put it on, you would just put it around your neck, and I guess you would just hook that probably into the ear. So, hey, that's not bad for a very first attempt at the cat necklace. There we go. So, oh, we've got some conversation going here. Oh, Clarice, you're here. Awesome. Do you see, Clarice? I made your design. It's so cool. No, I'm really happy. And at the end, I'll flip the screen around and I'll try it on. So I'm just looking at all your stuff. I've been to Canada. Okay, you guys are having a great conversation. I love it. So if I don't follow all your conversation, sorry about that. But that's, I'm glad. I love that you guys chat while I'm doing this stuff. That's awesome. So here's Kitty Cat as a necklace. So now we've done that. So now the other thing that I wanted to try. So let me give it a shot. I can find my thing is I did all these funny little sketches for little sausage dogs. Now, I used to have some little doggy head beads, but I couldn't for the life of me find them. So what I'm going to try to do is just to make it without. So I have some different wires and different beads. So what I was thinking is I could try to use some wooden beads. And I was hoping I had some black ones. I know I have these blue ones, but I'm not, if I don't have black ones, I'll just do it with the blue, I think. Yeah, I think I just have the blue ones. So these are actually wooden beads. And these ones, I don't remember where I bought them, probably at one of my bead wholesalers. So we're going to start with a little cylinder bead. And then I was thinking that I could bead the legs too. So I have some, wear it as a choker. Yeah, yeah, you could definitely wear it as a choker, the cat, and you can adjust the length. Or if you wanted to, because some people aren't comfortable wearing this type of stuff around the neck, you could actually put a loop here and maybe a little loop here and then put a cord around there so it sits more softly on your neck. That would be actually really a cool idea too. Maybe I'll experiment with that another time and just to see how the difference. So here's a little bead and then my colorful beads, and I'm going to attempt to make a little sausage dog. And I think for that one, I'm going to use some 24 gauge wire. So let me get, this is the 24. I'm going to cut a bit of a piece, or maybe even 22. I'm thinking 22 might be better because I wanted to make the shape of the dog's head out of wire. So let me get some, I'm going to get some wire here. Maybe I'll use the black, I guess. That's pretty classic. So I've got 22 gauge wire. It's always tricky to decide on what gauge that you want to use for the wire. So let's give this a try. It's actually a little bit thin. Let me try something else. Let me just see. I'm going to experiment. 20 gauge might be better. 20 is always my go-to wire. So maybe I will just do the 20 gauge, and we could use the, here's 20 gauge, and then we could use the black 22 gauge for the legs possibly. So how to do the sausage dog? Let's just try it. What I'm going to do is try to do it exactly how I did my sketch. And like I said, if I had a doggy bead, it probably would be better. But let's just try it like this, because you guys really are my guinea pigs and I truly appreciate it. So when I do my designs, I usually start with the eye. It's just nice to have a little starting point. So if I do the doggy's eye like that, maybe I'll move some of this stuff out of the way so it's not too distracting. Okay, and then if I do the eye and then just do that one to the side, and I don't want to do it very big because the idea is that this is the body. So I think I have to keep it super small. So if I do like a little doggy head, there's his nose, and there's around his neck. And I'm just looking at my drawing to see how I did it. So you need some kind of little ear. I think sausage doggies have little droppy ears. So let's just drop it down. Okay, so there's, I don't know if you can see, there's a little ear like that. It's going to be very stylized. Okay, and then we're going to bring this down like that. So that's kind of his, ooh, that didn't work. Let's bring that back up. Okay, it turned into a little round ear, and we want it more like a drop, kind of a drop down ear. So sometimes it's a little tricky to get the design, and then we're going to just bring that one down a little bit. Okay. There we go. So there's the little doggy, and then I have to figure out how I'm going to put this in here, and then also how I'm going to hang it up. Although I might not end up hanging it up, I might end up making a little stand-up dog, which would be super cute too. So what we're going to do is maybe just bend this a little bit for the neck. Okay. And then I'm going to bend that at a bit of a right angle, and then just finish the head off and see how that's going to go. So if we just finish the head off, we just twist that around, and I'm going to cut the end of the wire. And I certainly have made designs on this live stream that haven't worked out at all, but usually what happens is even if the design doesn't work, it gives me ideas for other designs. So it's always good to try, even when you have a crazy idea, just to go with it, and then something else interesting might come of it. So this is my sausage dog so far. He's kind of cute. I'm not sure about this little dippy thing, but maybe what we could do is make it, if that was more vertical, it might work. And then my idea was to do like little legs. So let me just see what I was gonna do, because I was either gonna hang the legs underneath or I was gonna hang, actually, let's just try that. Okay. So it's cute. Eh? Yeah, I like these crazy ideas. So I'm gonna just try it and see. And what I want to do is I'm going to try something where you dangle the legs down. I think it could be kind of fun. So let's just bend this. Oh boy, if I could show you guys all of the designs I've made over the years, it's pretty insane, all the things that I've made. But and some of them work and some of them don't. So here's like a little tail. And let's just put, I'm going to try to do this, try 4 little loops to do the legs. So let's just give it a shot. Why not? We got nothing to lose, right? So we're going to do 2 loops at the back. Okay, 2 little loops back here for the back legs. And sausage dogs have very short legs, so I don't know if this is gonna work out too well. Just looked in my bead stash and have the cats with holes on the sides. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. That's awesome. So now you have some ideas of what you can do with them. That's great. And if ever you guys like find materials that you have in your supplies and want ideas of what to do with them, you can always put pictures of them in the Facebook page and we could together figure out what kind of things you could do with those supplies. Even if I don't have the same supplies, I might have some ideas. So here's like the little loops that we're going to put the doggies' legs on. So let me just adjust this one a little bit because you want them about the same size, these loop. I'm just using my round pliers. And then what I'm going to do is just, because you always need to figure out where to put the end of your wire. So let's loop it up like this. And if you do want to hang this guy up, I'm thinking because the legs will be dangling, we will want to hang him up. So let's just bring this wire back. Okay, we'll bring it back and we'll do another little loop, center it because you want it to be balanced. So we'll do another little loop, whoops, in the center. And then this end I'll just wrap around the tail because that's always the tricky part, is to know where to finish it off. So we're going to go like that. Okay, so far, here's our funny little doggy with his little loops for the legs. And then for the legs, and we can squish, if you squish this wire a little bit to the back, then it won't even show so much. So that actually might be a good idea, just to shove it up a little bit so it doesn't show so much. And then say you were doing this with silver wire, you could actually use little silver head pins to hang down. Like I don't know if you guys all know what a head pin is. It looks like a straight pin. And then you can cut it to the length you want and you do a loop and you can dangle things down with it. So what I'm going to do for that is, let me just get some of these, the black wire, and I'll show you, if you don't have head pins, how you can make your own. So we would do for that is just cut some wire, and you want a little loop at the bottom so that your beads don't fall off. So then you cut that nice and flush, and then you just turn this into a little loop like that. Okay, so that would be one head pin, and then you can do the other 4. So we're going to cut it not super long, but it's about 1 inch long or something. And then we have to do 4 more. These will be for the legs. And the reason that I did the sketch for the Dachshund is because I had a client that she had she had 4 Dachshunds, I think she said, and she had ordered some kerning jewelry from me. But somehow, I don't know how we got to talking about it, but she was very chatty, so we chatted on the phone for a long time, and we got to talking about her dogs, and she has 4 Dachshunds. So I was inspired to do this drawing of the Dachshund. And Laura just hopped on. So Laura says, "Hi, hey Laura, how are you? Welcome." Yeah, we're here at an unusual time today because I usually do my live stream at 9 o'clock Eastern. And this week I'm doing it early because I'm going to a friend's birthday. So that's why we're early. And if you guys are hopping on late, you can watch the live stream. And if there's any materials you want to know where I bought them, I can put them in the description later on. When I get back, I'll put them in the description. So now we have these 4 little legs, and I have my beads here. And maybe it would be fun to do some little different color beads. Let me see what I have. I have some kind of, this would be like an iridescent blue bead. And then I can put maybe a little turquoise. I'm wondering maybe we should keep it in the turquoise family, but I don't want to use too big beads. So maybe I'll just try to stick with some smaller beads. And it might end up not being a dachshund depending on like how long these legs are going to be, because I think the legs are going to end up being a little bit big. So let me see what other color, what other kind of bead we can do. Oh, the pink's not too bad either. But yeah, so let's see how long the bead should be, or how long the legs should be. Okay, I don't think he's going to be a dachshund anymore. Let me see if I take one off. Oh, he's awfully cute though. I think it's just going to be a little doggy. Yeah, I'll just do 2 beads just for fun. Okay, and then we're going to cut it to about 3/8 of an inch. And then we use our round pliers. I have to just keep checking that my hands aren't going off the screen. So we use the round pliers, and then we'll just loop it onto the leg like that and close it up. So that would be one leg. Ooh, he's very tall. And then we'll do the other ones. Maybe I'll keep them consistent and just do them all the same color for this one. And then another time, I think what would be nice is to try this design again. And I won't do it today, but another time I would try it and just make it larger in general, like make it more like a pendant. Like this is almost earring size, but if you made it more like a pendant size, you can go quite big, and you would get like a much larger bead for the body, and it would be like a really spectacular kind of necklace. It would be really cool. And I also would like to try to make one where the beads aren't dangling, but they're more like a standing dog type of thing. I think that would be really cool too. I could do like a little standing puppy with beads for the legs. It would be cute too. So let's just try to get beads that are more or less the same color. Cut that to 3/8 of an inch. And then I'll show you guys all the stuff we made. So we actually made quite a bit of stuff today. I didn't really have a huge plan, except I knew I wanted to do that one for Clariss, and I knew I wanted to try this little dachshund. So, and then if I do more designs for the dachshund and other things, I'll just put pictures of them on the Facebook page, because I think it's fun to try different things. Okay, oop, that one's a little big. So I'm trying to keep them all more or less with the size beads. These are beads that I used to bring to my craft workshops when I did craft workshops at schools and libraries. So these beads have definitely been around. There we go. So we're going to just do our last one. Twist that around. I'll remove the beads. And yeah, my original intention for this one was to actually find a dog head bead, which I think I might have some. So if I do, what I'll do is I'll remake this guy with the dog head bead, and I will put it in the Facebook page, and I would do it with a larger body. But he is awfully cute, guys. I don't know what you think, but I think he's adorable. He doesn't look like a dachshund, but he's so cute. Oh my goodness. So let's see all what we made. And usually I have a little paper that I try to hold. Oh, I do have a paper. Let me get my white paper. And I'll put them all on the paper and then show you guys all what we made. So we have, you like the little guy? Oh, yay. That's awesome. Well, I'm definitely going to try to make more like him, and even cats. You could do cats like this. It's a little finicky to get him to lie down. So here's Doggy, here's maybe I'll bring them up a little higher so you guys can see them. Oh, you know what? I'll bring the camera lower. That's what I'll do. I'll just place them first. So here's the cat earring, and here's the cat with the body. Here's the cat ring. Okay, you can see them like that. And this is the cat necklace, which I'll try them on so you guys can see. But let me bring the camera down a little further. And cute as always. Well, Clarice, I can't wait to see what you do, what you make. Clarice is like so good about taking these ideas and making her own beautiful things with them. So I can't wait to see what pictures you post on the Facebook page. So here we have the cat, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll try it on. Here's the full cat, the little puppy with the legs, and I'll take good pictures that I could put on the Facebook page too. The cat earring and the cat ring. And then what I'm going to do is, let me try that. How can I do this? I'm going to just put you up again for a second. I'm going to put this cat on me, the necklace, and then I will flip around I'll flip around the screen to see how he looks. And there we go. So I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to flip there we go. So perfect. So let me move this. So here I just put him, it's hard to tell. He's a little stiff. Whoops. And the hook came undone, but here, yeah, I got it there. So what I'm thinking for this, what you might be able to do is actually, it's okay like this. I would use a thicker wire for sure. And what I would do, this I have to adjust so it's a little more squeezed in together. I need more hands. And what I would also suggest is you could do something like this with the cat, and then you can actually do like this be a cord. So, because sometimes with the wire, it sits a little funny, it's a little stiff. But if you make this out of like a leather cord or a cotton cord, it could be really cool. So what I might do is I'll take a picture of it like this, and then I'll rework it and put it with a little cord. And I'm going to put pictures of all these in the Facebook page. I'll probably do that tomorrow because I'm heading out to a friend's birthday party. And yeah, it's neat, eh? It's super fun. I think it's got potential. And that was Clarice that sent me a picture for that. So that's awesome. And so I'm gonna say bye-bye for tonight, and thank you guys who came on the live stream, and whoever's watching the replay. Normally I do my live streams at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Next week I'm gonna be in New York City, so I'll be doing it. I'm gonna try for the 9 p.m., but if that doesn't work, I might do an afternoon thing. And oh, thanks, you guys. Thanks everybody for hopping on. It's been really awesome. And we'll definitely see you next week from New York City. Time to be announced, probably be on the Wednesday. And that's it. So have a great night. And we'll see you in the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club Facebook page. Till next week. Bye.